Hey everybody, Average Picker here. Let's try to pick another challenge lock. This one is by Daz Evers, I think so. Yeah, Daz, and it's number 84. I had a question. Somebody had asked about the black marks on some of the locks. Let's just say you know which one's the front when you're reassembling it. And sometimes the person who makes it puts the black mark on there, and sometimes just whoever picks it does it. I think Fast Charlie is the first person I became aware of marking the fronts of these. I think he marked them with little X's. So, and I mean, you can see why, because with the cylinder thing, well, this one's not too bad actually, because you do have this to kind of tell you where it's at. But sometimes when you're reassembling some of the cylinders, especially if that top chamber piece runs all the way along, it can be a little difficult to tell which is the front and which is the back. And of course, if you get it wrong, it throws the chambers off a little bit. So this is a long one, so I'm guessing this one's probably a 6-pinner. Let's see what we can do here. It's very clicky. I'm not even going to try to tell you what pin I'm on, because I lose track in these 6s. Really, I just feel out the pins, and if it feels like it needs to be lifted, I try to lift it. It's a very sensitive little guy too. Just nudging our way into a deeper and deeper false set. Oh, I thought that was it. I thought that was open. You can see kind of where we're sitting there. It's gotta be. Is there anything left on one? Back feels good. Maybe. I thought that was it again. Okay, a little bit deeper into our false. Lost anything in the back. Getting a little bit of feedback from something back there, but it also feels a little dull, so I'm not sure if it's real feedback or not. Oh, come on, you know we're like on the tip of a T-pin or something in there. A little bit of counter rotation. There we go. And we're in. Adjust this down a little bit. I can see the gutting. We do have a key. It's not mummified. There we go. Kind of nice. Basically, a lot of even cuts through there. Works brilliantly. I feel like it's been a minute since I've picked anything by Daz. Oh, should I be shimming it? It's got a T-pin element. No, good. That's a steep camera angle, man. I think I've got the camera set up at a slightly odd spot. Yeah, what do we got? Some tweezers. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. pulling out a lot of spool element pins for our key pins here. I'm already seeing a fair number of serrations. Oh, what are you? A little funky looking. And we do have threading in 1, 2, and 5, and it looks like we've got a little bit of undercutting on 3 and 4. 6 is standard, just left as it is. Little spoolie serrated guy there. Yep. It's a very clicky lock. These are kind of, it's always fun to kind of pick, like the locks that are just give you a lot of clicking and kind of just keep on moving towards what is hopefully eventually an open. It's got this air of progress to it though, where it does feel like you're kind of always making some progress. Oh, that's a whopper of a spring there. Not, again, I'm a little surprised. Not exactly the pins I was expecting, especially given how deep the false was, or how the false kept going, and then that final little bit. I really kind of expected to see a T-pin element in there. The springs are all the same, so we can just dump them. Alrighty. Let's do the whole camera flipping. So there we go, the number 84 Daz. Don't know if we have anything. And they're not. It does not look like we have any threading or anything going on upstairs. But you can see we've got some undercuts there. And some very nice threading. I used to be really kind of anti-threading on the chambers, just because they can sometimes work in favor of the picker. But I may give it a try. I might give it a try on a few of my own, see how it works out. Usually I leave the chambers all standard. That is a neat little guy, man. If you get him up, he's just going to keep giving you feedback. And that's kind of nice because it might mislead you on just how much you've picked, especially because you've coupled with that and you've got that threading. So it does give you places where it can hang up because of that threading and all that serration work, but you'll just be getting these constant clicks. And if you overlift, you probably wouldn't notice until you were really up into here, just because you didn't know what the key looked like. Could just think that was a really high lift. Bit of a knobbyish T-pin there. Could grab you an overset on what is just it's a little bit some little crooked cutting in there. I don't know, that might just be from wear and tear, but just lots of serrations. That's a pretty cool pin there. Kind of a double spool. He's just paired up with a standard. Another Oh yeah, let's look at this guy. Oh, I like that one. That's neat. I don't know how deep that one was sitting. But that's a really nice element added into that spool. I don't know if you can see it. We've basically got a spool, but we've got a little kind of wedding cake step inside there. That's very cool. Those are hard to cut, or they can be. Double serrated guy there. And of course that one's paired up with a very nice deep spool. Bit of a humped spool, should we call it a humped spool? Got weird lighting going on at the moment. I'm aware of that. And yeah, there's another. That's what he's paired up with. Yeah, I would have, the way it was kind of clicking into the false, I would have expected like a wedding cake type of pin that would have stepped down into a kind of T-pin element, or at least a T-pin element on one of them, but that's not what we've got. Which just shows you, coupled with the lock from Bear's Back, how bad I am at guessing pins sometimes. But there we go, that's our shear line. So, sorry about that. So yeah, very cool little lock from Daz, number 84. It was a quite fun little pick. Arrow. Just kind of kept clicking along. Yeah. All right, everybody. There we go. Thanks, Daz, for pinning up that lock. That was an enjoyable little pick there. So, hope you all enjoyed, and have a good one.